Shanti and welcome back to Light of Knowledge. We will continue our discussion on family values with BK Santhosh Didi ji from Russia. In our previous episode, Didi ji talked about certain family values such as you start with love and all other qualities such as cooperation, tolerance will follow. So let's take up this discussion and find out more on how trust can play a big role in keeping the family together. Om Shanti Didi and welcome back to Light of Knowledge.
Hello Om Shanti.
Didi, we'll pick up where we left off last time and you had talked about trust as a key ingredient and you very nicely explained that it's not so much that the system is breaking down, but it's how we look at the system. When you say trust as an important factor in keeping the family unit together, are we also talking about some spiritual values, or could you please elaborate more on that?
When I just shared with you certain things about family, then I remember that we were talking about that each and every member, before that one is wife or that one is mother, is a human being. So that being part certainly means thinking being. And thinking means your emotions, your feelings.
Right.
And emotions, feelings are born through me. And that's what is called a spiritual being. That when I realize I am a soul and I am in this physical body, and as a costume, I am now playing my role in this family as a wife or as mother. This is one thing. And when I don't know this, or when I don't think like this, or see like this, or I don't have this kind of perception, I just know I'm a wife. So both these things, these two choices are in front of me.
So one is looking at myself just as a wife.
Yeah.
And one is, which is my role actually. And then one is understanding that I'm a spiritual being playing this role.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I look at myself only as wife, I have certain expectations from husband, and wife is a mother. And as mother, I have certain desires or hopes from my children. So this list is big. So it can happen if you are fortunate and lucky that whatever you want, you get that from your husband, good dresses, objects, and whatever you want to have in the family, you get it. But the things in reality are not like that. You have big amount of expectations, but they are not fulfilled, and there is resentment as a wife. And I keep complaining about that. And complaint does not allow me to make the atmosphere in my family a place for ease. So then there is dis-ease, discomfort. And this discomfort distances the members. And when members do not come back happily to the family, then it breaks down. That is why there is important role of consciousness, in which consciousness I have to be so that I can sustain my role. Because role has to be done. What happened is that once it happened that we don't see people fulfilling our expectations, we have only one way out. Divorce. Or just live apart from each other, or just break down. And India, which was once famous for, and even now people think of India, where once you are in relationship, marriage relationship, this is forever. Marriages are made in heaven, and it is once in your life. And now you may see that a big number of divorces, thinking of yourself, or at least you allow yourself to feel as a person who is working from within, who is thinking from within. That is what is called a spiritual entity, a soul. And then you are able to distance from something which you don't accept or don't like, but they have 10 more good things in them.
When you say distance, you're talking about distance yourself from the person.
You have variety kinds of fruit in summer and winter or different seasons, but there are no fruits which come without covering. They have some or another thing which you bring by paying even for that. If you buy banana, you buy banana with its peelings.
Right.
You don't eat peelings.
Right.
But you know that you can't have banana without peelings.
Right.
Without cover.
Right.
So therefore, any human being will come with its personality, some special unique traits and, thinking and habits. So you just have to peel it mentally that this is extra, unnecessary, and this is what is the content, this is what is the core personality. And this helps you to stay together because you know that without banana, how can you be?
Right.
You are an apple and you need banana also, because otherwise you won't have potassium in your life. You will have only what you can get from an apple.
To have a wholesome life.
Yeah. So every human being, every member of the family brings some beauty,
to the table,
some fragrance, some accomplishment, and but you learn through this consciousness that yes, every human being is a soul, and every soul has a speciality, and of course there is some dust, but you don't throw diamond if it has some dust over it. You can clean it. So that is why, I have seen in my Rajyogi life and by interacting with thousands of people in different parts of the world, that meditation can play a big role in making the families a place of comfort, the place where you would like to come again and again and would like to come to share good and take good.
Right. This is a very important lesson to take home, is having some kind of spirituality, be it meditation or just some spiritual values, will keep the family together. Actually, I was just thinking of one incident. A friend of mine, she had once said that her husband, and this goes back to what you were referring to earlier, she said he used to bring her lots of gifts, he kept her comfortable. And the only thing she said was, he never said, I love you. And that was kind of weighing on her mind all the time. And you also referred to divorces, which are, at the drop of a hat, unfortunately, are happening. So she was also contemplating, is he giving me truly what I need, but he's not saying I love you? Is that, how should a person react in this scenario?
Yeah, okay. What I understand that, you see, people are looking for acknowledgement, appreciation, and because of internal emptiness. And internal emptiness is born because of lack of attention in relationship. So you are right. You can't replace love with the material objects. But this is also one form of love, that if you are being given everything which can make you happy, but at the same time, the genuine feeling of love, or the genuine feeling of appreciation of your presence cannot be replaced by anything. So I feel that now, especially at this moment when people are not able to themselves, respect themselves, have self-respect. It's important if you give such kind of, touch or this ignite this hope in their heart that you bother about them and you can't ignore them. What they feel and think has some meaning for you. So, because it does not cost us anything. And especially when people ask for it, you should definitely be able to give that.
Right.
But we should understand that when we repeat such kinds of things of appreciation, encouragement, giving hope, this is a form of love.
Right. So I guess it goes both ways, where the wife has to understand that this is his way of showing his love, even though he doesn't say it out loud.
Yes, sometimes people, they are not so expressive, but it does not mean they don't love you. That's why it is important to consider this, that every human being is what you see and what you don't see. And what you don't see is in fact is reality. And what you see is very temporary, transitory. So that's why I think that this kind of dimension, the spiritual and the part of the existence of other being, also plays a role.
And then at the same time, the husband can also understand that this is the need that my wife needs me to say. To reinforce her trust in herself, or so once in a while even he can.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
Because love, we are made of love. In fact, if you start thinking of yourself, you will find that behind every your intention and emotion and activity, you are looking for giving love or getting love. You want to be loved, or you want to share that with others. So therefore, we should not be miser in these. We should have a good treasure box with us and just distribute good words, kind words.
Right. I'm kind of thinking of the family system where I had observed my grandparents, because I grew up around my grandparents. To my knowledge, they never had that kind of where they would go about saying, I love you, I love you.
Yeah.
But in spite of that, they seemed happy. What is it that is missing? That happiness part is missing in families these days. And what is it that we can do to bring back that trust and happiness?
You see, there is an expression in Hindi which is called as grast. And then another word added to that is ashram. Grast, ashram, it means household path, which is like, a religious household path, or which is sacred place for household. So you are talking about your grandparents, but maybe you saw your grandparents definitely sitting down together and praying in front of the deities, images of the deities, whether they are Lakshmi Narayan or they are Ram Sita, and then, acknowledging their grace and mercy in their life. So they are also couple. Lakshmi and Narayan are also couple, and you are also couple. But you are saying to them, with your mercy we are happy. So what is the difference? So here is a couple and here is a couple. So Rajyoga wisdom, Rajyoga meditation has the strength to re-establish that grast ashram which once we had in our ancient India and in the world itself, because we are talking about lost family values. We are not talking about to establish family values, re-establishing. So it means they were there sometimes. So they were there sometimes because people were like this sometimes. And why people were like this sometimes? So this knowledge that human being, when makes something, definitely influences that creation through its being. So family is our most sacred creation. It is a sacred place to live, ashram, when inhabitants, that is husband and wife, mother and father, grandmother and grandfather, inhabitants are in a certain level of the consciousness or the mental solace or the mental positivity. So that we say as purity, the word purity. Because these days people love to use the word positivity, or just having good feelings towards each other. But the purity is that stage of the mind when you are able to experience yourself beyond these physical senses, beyond this body, and you are able to stay in the experience of independent of the physical objects and physical body. Complete silence. This is purity. And then you at the same time realize you can't sit like this whole day because this is body. You have senses. You have to see. You have to talk. So you come out to the external experience. You project your senses in order to share. So you don't disturb your purity because you have enough. You come into interaction together. So that is why, in the temples, the couples are shown like this. Both are couple, they are family, but they are so happy and they say, we have enough. If you want, most welcome. Every couple is standing like this. Wife is standing in front of husband. You must understand. You must respect me. So how happiness, because we don't get by begging. This is something which comes through your actions and behavior.
Yeah, I love what you said. Like when you are full inside and you have that purity inside and you come out into the interaction with that fullness, then I can just totally see how beautiful the interaction will be with the other person.
Yeah.
No form of neediness, no form of wanting, gimme, none of that.
And also, above all is that a simple law of love and simple law of everything that you get only after you give. You see, it's no other way. It's no other way. And if you want happiness from this one, you're like a pocket or a deposit card. I can deposit in you and then get. In fact, in a very higher spiritual consciousness, in a good meditative stage, you don't think of getting this because you understand you are a being of love. But when you lose this experience, you are overpowered by the thought you are a mother, you are a wife, you are a daughter, and you should be loved and accepted. When you are overpowered by these emotions, and then you are sure that you should get from outside,
then it doesn't work.
Then you are supposed to remember these laws. It is in every simple thing. You can get only after you give. Okay, give them love, give them happiness, and you will get it multiplied back.
Didi, this is a very important aspect that you brought about, and I'm sure our listeners are also able to relate to this, is that you have to be able to give first in order to receive.
Yeah.
And that will go a long way in also bringing the happiness, which is so elusive to me.
Yeah.
Because maybe in just the giving, I'm finding everything that I need to be happy.
Yeah. But it's very hard for many people to understand this, that happiness is in giving. Because first I want to get, But if you just look at the nature, anything which is happening in the nature, you have seeds in your house, in the bottle, in the shelf of your kitchen, and you suddenly think you need carrot, and you would definitely take the seeds and put the seed under the ground and then start giving. So you will give so much to the seed.
That's very true.
And create a carrot from it. So if we can do this with the seed, but this is my husband.
Right.
Why I can't on daily basis, keep
very
on
true.
giving this water of good wishes, respect, and certain care and happiness creates, so that the fruit of cooperation or the fruit of the same feelings emerges in him also. As a seed is non-living. Seed is able
Very
to,
true.
without talking to the seed, I am able to create a carrot. So we are farmers of that. Can't be farmers of these flowers and fruits and relationships.
Very true.
So I have to prove it that this is non-living seed and this is a living human. If this is the trust, I trust that you are a living being and you have enough in you, and it is now in my hand. If I need that fruit, I have to give everything.
Beautiful analogy, but I was thinking the reason we are more patient or exhibit a lot of patience with the carrot is knowing that the carrot is not a conscient, sentient being.
Yeah.
But with our husband or, children, knowing that they have that intelligence to respond, maybe is that why I fall short of doing my giving?
Yeah, because I may think that, I will give and they may exploit me. And if I just keep giving love, they may use me or may consider that I am weak. So therefore I am showing that much. You are right. This because we had been expressing such kinds of tendency. But you see, you can never give too much of love. You can never give too much of love. It is, you have to be complete in giving whatever you give. And this kind of fear, does not allow us to give completely. So therefore, the fruit of the positive response does not ripens in their heart also. They also have doubt. So you are doing it because you need something, So it's a question of trust, Swati. Trust not in others, trust in myself. That whatever best I have, I will give it to the world. And I'm not looking for the return because giving is a joy. I'm enjoying my life because I'm able to give the best things. If you are a gold seller, how you look like, gold glitters around you, your face is sparkling. So these qualities, spiritual quality of care, attention, kindness, they are like golden qualities, golden values. Just by sharing them, you become a rich personality. And what else you want out of that?
Didi, thank you so much for sharing your insight and putting light on how trust can be built up in a family and how the spiritual values are also equally important, or more important, I should say, in keeping the family unit together. But this is not it. We would love to continue this discussion so we can talk to you about this in more detail.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you. How beautifully Didi talked to us today about having trust in the family system and building trust in the family system. And it's also important to have the spiritual values to go along with the trust. And this is not enough because we need to get more information from Didi in this regard. So we will continue our discussion in our next episodes, and we look forward to having you with us. So please keep watching. Until we see you again, take care and Om Shanti.